Hey everyone, starting today. Bringing live streaming hosting to nearly 40 years of color design and research. Includes some of the simplest method systems for color design applications. Make a comprehensive program for everyone. And this program will probably take more than 30 episodes. I believe that designers work in various fields and in different industries should bring into play his most important work abilities and characteristics. But I talk to a lot of designers. They are very familiar with their major. But the only thing is that there are some inexplicable troubles and confusion about the color. Some avoid color, use black, white and gray, and some want to use color. But I don't seem to be so sure about the true meaning of color. Our entire content is divided into more than 30 videos. We mainly use the CDS color theory system as the core. Take a look at the color seriously with everyone. I believe 99% of designers need to know. The color designer's method, CDS color design method. We are talking about the CDS system of color design method today. We have systems that go way back. Strictly speaking, from 1990 to today, 2025. We spent a lot of time and tedious work. Costs a lot of money and then completed a business color design system. It is the evolution and extraction of BCDS to CDS color design system formed what we present to the world today. The CDS color system you can see now. These are the first systems we use in our work and life. In order to master color, in order to better understand all the color theories behind color, we began our long exploration of the mysteries of the world of color. This was the original idea for one of our earliest color designs. This is the CDS color system chromatography we have very mature today. We call it the color Bible, the color Bible. We'll use this CDS chromatography later. Let's introduce all the CDS color system one by one. The laws of its instinctive properties and the laws of its characteristics, and methods of application in fields and scenes with different colors. And I want you to recognize this, because this is all over the world. The only color design system. Teach everyone how to design NCDs. You will find our color design system. It is very low-level logic and practical experience. We go through the basic properties and design methods of these most basic colors. Let me tell you how to use color design and how to face it. Even if you still have some confusion about the actual application of color. Through my dozens of lectures on the basics of color, you will easily use color to control color. Even become a master of color. And we can see that very clearly in this picture. It's a summation of our color system that represents it. Our logo is the logo of the CDS color standard. And out of that comes the integrity of the color system, including intellectual property rights to our own color systems. It also includes this color system that has been made a national standard by the state. We start talking about this blue area of its color itself, its own color properties and laws. It has many, and we're going to do that one at a time. Then one attribute rule per issue, and the kind of its inherent color logic and relationship, appreciation and reference of case application scenarios. Then we will put all of these, the characteristics and laws of color design, turn it into a very simple ways to master the properties of the colors used. And then finally, we're going to go to our entire industry, including construction, clothing, industrial services, etc. And that's the first step of what I'm going to tell you today. What is CDS? CDS is a color design system. Color design system. Many people would misunderstand. Many societies have color design systems, like Monso as we know it. We know DNC as we make Osvaldo, and we make them. We know Pondong, PCCS, etc. But those are also color systems. What we're talking about today is, our system is called the color design system. As the name suggests, understand from the name, it is a system of color design. But it also has color production. We will cover the functions of color reproduction and color application one by one. If you are interested and like colors, I can take all the world. The most mainstream color design systems are introduced one by one. Some comparisons with CDS systems. We may know more. The world has developed to today, from micro to macro. Learning and application of color systems from objective to subjective, and from psychology to physics. Okay, let's start talking about the content of the color design system. I talked about this earlier. It is our color CDS, a logo for a color design system. That's one of its symbols. If anywhere in the world you see this symbol, you know you are exposed to color design system. Cultural cognition and interpretation of the world in CDS, including us on our own channel. We have two modules. The first module is what we call the Color With Me channel. That's all the design that's done with this platform today. There is also a module called Color Critic. Color Critics, we use this perspective. Look at all the color phenomena in the world from the perspective of CDS color system. We have the opportunity to talk to you about more color topics. It is used by the color design system by the country. It has become a national standard. These are some of his national standard texts. Specific details. You know, if it's a standard, it is a very, very rigorous approach to color. He needs to pay attention to every punctuation mark. Logical research and research are required. We have formed a standard. That is to say, we are neither the highest nor the lowest. It's an intermediate one. A color design method that everyone can use. The way we apply and learn about color design. It's called pole education. It's a gentle slope education. Not even a single step. Anyone can learn to understand. Okay, let's talk about why we need a color design system, CDS. That's how and why our CDS was born. First, we need to manage color. The emergence of a color design system is to manage color from nature. We know that the hue ring is a creation, a product, because we put the simulated color light wavelength. Red, orange, yellow, white, green, blue, purple. It turns the end into a hue ring. This is for better color management. We are for color. How to live and work for humanity. Build more ways and means and the ability to control. We only use it at this time. The subject of color management. The second is to evaluate color design. The need for a unified color communication language and system. What is evaluation color? That is, we can make color design impossible. Everyone is free to design at will. It's okay to express your heart at will. That's the realm of artistic expression. If you're going to bring color into the realm of the Industrial Revolution, when a very important bull-nose project, color must have its norms and regulations. Color, all its metrics, all its quantitative relationships, all need to be unified on a platform of communication language. This color is used in the industrial production process, in quantification, in color data transformation, to achieve consistency. This is color management and color evaluation. The most important reason. How to evaluate color. There are only two kinds of evaluation colors. There's a physical evaluation, and there's a psychological evaluation. And more of us are in psychological evaluation, which is also called the woman who says the woman is reasonable. Everyone evaluates this color from their own point of view. It's because you evaluate it from a cultural perspective, rather than standing on the visual evaluation of human biophysiology. So the color needs to be evaluated, and the system will produce it. And thirdly, we call it harmonic balance. Nowadays, there are a lot of color designs in the world, including many of our masters, our pioneers in artistic creation. They painted a great deal of art. In society, a large number of genuine works of art have been left in the world. Not casually asked, there are a lot of works of art in the hundreds of millions. But among these works of art, if we use color management and the way of color evaluation, consider these works of art, we will find that there is a problem. His vision is harmonious and balanced. The evaluation and evaluation of the degree of color are greatly different. Let's have a better understanding. If you took all the works of art in the world, objectively evaluate with CDS color design system, you will see its color. The underlying logic of visual harmony. This is the importance of color management, the value of color design systems. Fourth and final. Color design system or CDS color design system. It is formed by the theory of negative conformation complementary colors. That is to say, his theory comes from human instinct. Original ecological capacity. Not everyone creates it. We do not evaluate other color design systems. If we have the opportunity, let's study his color system. To oppose in 180-degree color design system. It's all complementary color systems. The CDS color system is a complete complementary color system. We used to do physiology experiments. Then for a color, its complementary color and complex image system, conduct a study, make a quantitative, the reason why it forms a color design system. This means that the color design system, it's a system of color design, must be a negative conformation complementary color system, if not strictly speaking. In nature, for color designers, he just couldn't manage the mood of color, minor changes in color. It's very difficult to balance physical color with psychological color. This is why we talked about the importance of a color design system. Okay, let's take a look again. There are so many color design systems. A pioneer in the study of color in various countries around the world. We know a lot about the theory of color harmony. This is basically what we can see. Maybe the most important, or there are some that are not in this picture. It's the modesty of the theorists and the color design theorists. We've been working on these theories for a long time. To conduct serious research and study and research. However, we found that among these theories, whether it is the conclusion of time or theory, it's basically the existing world, the theoretical core of all color systems. Number 11, there's a guy here named Bangmin. His theory of color harmony may manifest earlier. And our CDS color design system is a model of the theoretical system according to it, the theory that began to be studied as the basic model. This is the current version of the ancient line book. Ancient line books of the Ming Dynasty in Chinese history. Then when we read this book, he has what we call the 5 colors. It has a very important theory here. It says, white and black, vermilion and green, yellow and blue, nature go together. That is to say, there are black and white among the colors we see. In nature there are red and green, and yellow and blue. There were no computer models, no color vision experiments. Without our current color theory foundation and culture, that was in 1737 AD. Posted in the Shai Occasional. The core theories in this book. We believe that many natural science researchers will know the value of time and its bearing of time. We can have some of these perceptions and cultural expressions during this period. Strictly speaking, it is a great blessing for us humans. He will affect the East and West hemispheres. All these colorists and color pioneers, understanding and consensus on color. But there was a period when color cultures were isolated from each other. It's not global, it's not connected. Information we call interaction. There is no era without the internet. There were even 2 of our transoceanic exchanges at that time. It is impossible to put this smallest kind of text. A recognition of this core color. Exchange and communicate globally. There are islands of information. And the information is completely asymmetric. This is also the earliest Eastern culture. The earliest discussions on color. The original cultural discussion of color design rather than color. When it comes to color, China's culture of color may have originated earlier. It was recorded earlier. but that and the original color. Scientific color design culture doesn't matter. That's the realm of color culture, rather than the scope of the underlying language of color design theory. Okay, let's start talking about the CDS color design system. What does it include? It consists of 8 parts. The first is the basic color of color. We call it a typical color, and it has 10. The second thing is it has 2 coding systems. It is the expression system that calls us color. There's a colored representation code, and there's a colorless representation code. The third is the property of hue. That is, the hue-coded hue ring, how it behaves. The fourth is the triangular representation of color points. It's how the color space is represented. The fifth color design is a very important one that many people have overlooked. Color design must have an area of intervention. Color area is the most important. If there are many colors together, there is none. Area guidance and usability recommendations. This color design is difficult to express the most complete characteristics of its color design. The sixth one is about something called logical design. The so-called logical color design. It has the underlying logic and its design method. It is also a color design completed under the guidance of the underlying logic. And the seventh is what we call the stimulus. It's a concept in psychology. The so-called stimulus quantity means this stimulus refers to the appearance of color. If it is a reflected color or an emitted color of the color, it is a kind of stimulation for people's vision and psychology. We present it as a quantitative relationship. The last spatial model of the color design system is called color. We know what a color design system is. The color design system includes so many colors. So far, the data is supported by the data. CDS color design system. There are over 400,000 color data models. These are the 8 diamonds of our complete color design system, also known as the 8 contents.